All right, ready to dive in. Today, it's all about keto success stories.
Keto, yeah.
You know that whole high-fat, low-carb thing that's got everyone talking?
Yeah.
People ditching sugar, dropping pounds, feeling amazing.
Mm.
We've got articles, Reddit forums, even those before and after
Oh,
pics.
yeah, those are always interesting.
So if you're keto curious, maybe thinking of trying it,
This is for you.
this deep dive, it's for you.
Absolutely.
So what's the deal with keto? I mean, how does it really work?
Well, think of it this way, like flipping a switch in your body.
Okay.
Instead of burning sugar for fuel, you're running mainly on fat.
So, like, fat becomes the main fuel.
Yeah, that's the core idea behind keto.
Interesting. And that switch, that leads to all these big changes people talk about.
Exactly. And that's what we see in these success stories.
Okay, let's talk about that.
People try keto for all sorts of reasons, obviously weight loss,
Yeah, that's a big one.
huge, but also see improvements in energy, mental clarity, chronic pain, even skin and gut health.
Wow. Okay. So right away, it's not just one type of person on this.
No, not at all.
You see all sorts of folks having success.
Exactly.
Like there's Jim Caldwell, lost a massive 182 pounds, inspiring others with his journey.
That's amazing.
Then you got Ellis. Their autism actually got better on keto.
Really?
Yeah, and a 7-year-old saying they feel younger than they did at 30.
Like the fountain of youth, but with bacon and butter. Ha-ha.
Exactly. So it affects people differently, but a lot of these stories, they go beyond just the number on the scale.
Right, it's not just about the weight.
Yeah.
It's feeling better in yourself, having more energy to actually live your life.
Yeah.
Even seeing improvements in things you wouldn't think were connected to diet.
Like what? Give me an example.
Well, like Janice. Her story is on keto diet success.
Okay.
She lost 50 pounds, incredible. But it's how she felt before keto. She said she felt uncomfortable with herself. And it wasn't just about the weight.
Right, it was deeper than that.
It was about how she felt in her own body.
Like she finally found a way of eating that worked for her.
Yeah, that clicked, that aligned with her. And so many people struggle with that.
Totally. Finding what works for you is huge.
Huge. And that's why we got to look deeper, beyond the surface.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you.
Look at individual experiences. Like Kristen, also on keto diet success.
Okay.
Years of yo-yo dieting
Yeah.
took a toll, GI issues, heart problems, even a hysterectomy.
Wow, serious stuff.
Yeah, it makes you realize how connected everything is.
How weight can impact your whole health picture.
Exactly. It's not just fitting into a smaller size. It's about taking care of
With
yourself.
holistic health, right?
Right. And Kristen, she realized every time she lost weight, it was when she limited carbs.
Ah,
So keto was like unlocking something for her body.
makes sense. And she's not alone, right? There are tons of stories, folks, reversing type 2 diabetes on keto.
So many. And losing significant weight, sometimes over 100 pounds.
Crazy. But it's those unexpected benefits that really grab you.
Yeah, those are fascinating.
Like someone said their rectal itching vanished on keto.
Really?
Yeah, another could finally eat dairy again.
Wow, it's like hitting the reset button on your body.
Totally. It shows how everyone's different. The benefits can show up in all sorts of ways.
Exactly. Unique journeys.
So we see this pattern, weight loss, feeling great, maybe some surprising perks. But how does keto actually do all this? Like, what's the science?
Well, remember that switch we talked about?
Yeah, the fuel switch.
Right, when you cut way back on carbs, your body starts making ketones.
Ketones.
Yeah, these alternative fuel sources made from fat.
Okay, so we're basically training the body to burn fat as its main fuel.
It's essentially, yes.
Interesting.
And this shift, it affects everything, your energy, your brain function.
Wow.
But here's something important, and it comes up a lot in the success stories.
Okay, what's that?
Electrolyte management. It's crucial on keto.
Electrolytes. I know they're important, but why so important on keto?
Well, when you switch to burning fat, your body handles water and minerals differently.
Okay.
And you can lose electrolytes quickly, like sodium, potassium, magnesium.
But doesn't cutting out processed foods on keto lower your sodium anyway?
That's a good point. Yeah, keto often means less processed food, which is high in sodium.
Right.
But the thing is, your body actually gets rid of more sodium when you're in ketosis,
Oh, interesting.
and other electrolytes too.
So we're flushing out these important minerals.
Kinda.
And what happens if we don't replace them?
Well, then you get the keto flu.
Oh, no, that sounds awful.
Yeah, headaches, cramps, fatigue, brain fog.
Not fun.
Nope, all signs your electrolytes are messed up.
So how do we avoid that?
Be proactive, increase electrolytes through your diet.
Like how?
Leafy greens, avocados, nuts, seeds, those are all good sources.
So it's not just bacon and cheese.
Uh-huh. No, got to get those veggies in too.
Good to know. Now, another challenge we see is sugar cravings. This food editor tried keto for a month, said the cravings were intense at first. But then, get this, after a while, food tasted too sweet to her.
Huh, interesting.
Like her taste buds reset or something?
Yeah, that's common. Cutting off sugar breaks that craving cycle.
Like breaking an addiction.
It can be like that, retraining your taste to enjoy natural flavors.
So keto could help people who struggle with sugar.
It's definitely worth looking into. We need more research, but these stories suggest it could help.
Powerful stuff. But let's be honest, sticking to any diet long-term is tough.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
And on Reddit, lots of people talk about falling off the wagon.
It happens.
Feeling restricted, missing their favorite carbs.
Sure, keto's restrictive, that's true.
So is it a lifestyle or a short-term thing?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some people, the strictness of keto, they like it.
Okay.
It's clear. Simplifies choices. And if you can manage it, enjoy it. Sticking with it long-term can be good.
But if you're constantly fighting cravings, feeling deprived, that's no good.
Right. It's got to be sustainable.
So finding that balance between what works for your body and what you can actually keep up.
Yeah, finding that sweet spot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where a doctor or a dietitian can help, right?
Absolutely. They can tailor it to you. Make sure you're doing it safely.
Good advice. Now, this is interesting. The keto and mental health connection.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of stories mention anxiety, depression, even sensory issues getting better.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
What do you think?
Needs more research, for sure. But it's intriguing.
Yeah.
Could be the ketones themselves, the fuel. Maybe they have mood-stabilizing effects, or keto's impact on inflammation. That could play a role, too.
Inflammation's linked to mental health, right?
It is. So it's not just what you eat. It's how it changes your brain chemistry.
And your whole body.
Exactly. A whole system thing.
It's exciting, though, even the possibility.
It is. Opens up new ways to think about diet and our minds.
And it shows taking a holistic view of health is important, mind and body.
Totally agree.
Okay, before we get too deep into that, got to mention those before and after photos.
Oh, yeah, those are something.
In the Women's Health article, pretty dramatic.
They are real transformations.
We've got a link on the episode page. Check them out.
Definitely.
But important note here, gotta approach these pics with perspective.
Yeah, good point.
Everyone's different. Comparing yourself can be a trap.
Absolutely.
Focus on your journey, what feels right for you.
That's what matters.
Health and well-being, it's not just about how you look in a picture.
No, it's about feeling good, having energy to live your life.
Taking care of yourself inside and out.
That's it.
Well said. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be back to dive into some specific keto success stories, see what we can learn from their experiences.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. Welcome back. Ready for more keto stories?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We were just talking about Janice and her transformation, but there's another one from keto diet success, Kristen's journey.
Oh, Kristen, yeah.
She had years of yo-yo dieting.
That's so tough on the body.
It really is. Led to some serious health issues, GI problems, heart arrhythmia, even a hysterectomy.
Wow, that's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, it makes you realize how much weight can impact your whole health picture.
It's all connected, and what's interesting with Kristen, she noticed a pattern.
Oh.
Every time she lost weight in the past, it was when she cut back on carbs.
So keto was like the answer for her.
It was like unlocking something, figuring out what her body needed.
And it worked. She's healthier than ever.
Exactly. Shows how dietary changes can improve so many things, not just weight.
Totally, like a win-win.
Absolutely.
Okay, this next story is pretty wild, Greg. Also from keto diet success. Lost over 100 pounds on keto and reversed his diabetes.
That's incredible, life-changing stuff.
It really is, and it shows how powerful keto can be for managing, even reversing type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, a condition that affects so many people.
But what struck me about Greg's story was the ripple effect.
The ripple effect, yeah.
He got off his CPAP machine for sleep apnea, his waistline shrunk, his energy and focus improved.
It's amazing how one change can trigger so many positive things.
Yeah, it's not just about the weight loss, it's the whole life improvement.
Right, a holistic view of health.
You know, going through those Reddit forums, I saw that a lot.
What, that ripple effect?
Yeah, people mentioning all these extra benefits beyond just losing weight.
Yeah, it's common.
Like Own Collection 6198, they went off keto for just 2 days over the holidays.
Oh, no.
And they were shocked by how much pain they felt afterward.
Really?
Yeah, they'd forgotten how much keto had reduced their joint pain.
That's interesting. Makes sense, though.
How so?
Well, keto can have a big impact on inflammation in the body.
Right. Inflammation's linked to a lot of chronic stuff.
Exactly, including joint pain. And there's some research suggesting that ketones themselves might be anti-inflammatory.
So it's not just anecdotal, there's science behind it.
Yeah, we need more research, always. But the evidence is building.
It's fascinating stuff. And then there's Bravebird 46. They mentioned some really specific benefits. Being able to eat dairy again, improved chemo brain, even their rectal itching went away.
Wow, that's quite a range.
Shows how everyone's different. The benefits are so individualized.
Totally. It's like a whole body reset,
Yeah.
and you never know what might pop up.
Now let's talk about the mental and emotional side of keto. That came up a lot on Reddit too.
Yeah, that's important.
One user, Not Londo Malari, talked about having a difficult relationship with food.
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Right, and they said keto helped them change how they thought about food, break free from those blood sugar swings.
That's powerful. It's not just physical health, it's mental and emotional too.
Yeah, for some people, that structure of keto, it gives them control.
Especially if they've struggled with disordered eating or food addiction.
It's like a framework for making healthier choices.
Exactly, a new way of looking at food and its role in our lives.
Another user mentioned that keto helped their anxiety and sensory issues.
That's really interesting.
But they also stressed how important hydration and electrolytes are.
Yeah, can't forget about that.
They said if they didn't pay attention to that, their symptoms would flare up.
Makes sense. Those are crucial for feeling good on keto, mentally and physically.
So finding that balance, listening to your body.
Absolutely. It's not about following rules blindly. It's about what you need.
Okay, another point that came up, patience.
Ah, yes, that's key.
This user, Roof PV, noticed their weight would plateau for weeks, then suddenly drop a few pounds overnight.
That's so common. Weight loss isn't always a straight line.
Our bodies are complex.
They are, and weight can fluctuate for all sorts of reasons.
It's about the long game, not getting discouraged by those daily ups and downs.
Exactly. Focus on those overall trends.
Now, this comment really stuck with me. Dunkleistea666 said, I fear returning to eating normally.
That's telling.
It shows how, for some, keto becomes more than a diet. It's a whole lifestyle change.
It can be, and there are pros and cons to that long term.
Like what?
Well, on the plus side, if you thrive on keto, find it easy to maintain, it can be great for weight, blood sugar, overall health. But you have to make sure you're getting all the nutrients you need.
Because it is restrictive.
It is, so it can be tricky to get everything.
That's where a healthcare professional or dietitian can help.
Definitely. They can make sure you're covered, especially if you're doing it long term.
Okay, this next story is about a benefit I hadn't even considered, headache relief.
Oh, interesting.
This user, Whoopty-Doo-Doo, said they haven't had a single tension headache since starting keto.
That's amazing.
It is, right? Just another example of how keto can impact health in surprising ways.
It really highlights that connection between what we eat and how we feel, our whole well-being.
But let's be real, sticking with keto long-term, it's not always easy.
Yeah, it has its challenges.
A lot of Reddit users mention cravings, feeling limited, even some social isolation because of the restrictions.
That's understandable. It's a big change.
So what can people do?
Well, having a support system is important, friends and family who get it.
Yeah, that helps.
And remember, it's okay to have planned cheat days or indulgences as long as you're mindful about it.
Mindful indulgence, I like that.
It's about balance, enjoying life without feeling deprived.
Exactly.
It's about creating a way of eating that works for you, that you can sustain.
Keto might be the answer for some, but it's not for everyone.
Right, it's not one size fits all.
Before we wrap up, one more story that stood out. Colleen's journey from keto diet success.
Colleen, what's her story?
She was slim most of her life, then gained 50 pounds during menopause.
Hormonal changes, they can really mess with your weight?
Yeah, and she tried everything. Weight Watchers, Atkins, Dukan, nothing worked.
Until keto.
Until keto. Lost 25 pounds in the first 3 months, kept it off ever since.
That's great. It shows how finding the right approach for you is key.
Exactly. Sometimes it takes some trial and error.
It does, but it's worth it to find what clicks.
I love that she didn't give up, kept trying till she found something that worked.
That's the spirit. All right, let's take a moment to digest all this, and then we'll wrap up our deep dive into keto success.
Okay, we're back. Final stretch of our keto journey.
Time to wrap things up.
We've covered a lot, the science, the stories, all those amazing transformations.
It's been quite a ride.
Remember at the beginning you were keto curious, maybe thinking of giving it a try?
Thinking about that switch.
We've gone through tons of info, articles, Reddit, those before and afters.
Trying to get to the heart of it.
So now, what do you think? What are the biggest things you've learned about keto?
Well, For me, it's clear keto can be a really powerful tool.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
We've seen some incredible results: weight loss, reversing diabetes, less inflammation, even chronic pain relief.
It's pretty remarkable.
But, and this is important, it's not a magic bullet.
Right, not a quick fix.
No, it's a commitment. You got to understand how it works.
Like we talked about, those electrolytes.
Yeah, crucial.
Got to manage them to avoid the keto flu.
And those sugar cravings, those can be tough at first.
Yeah.
And thinking about long-term, whether it's a lifestyle or short-term, finding what works for you is key.
What you can actually keep up with.
Exactly, sustainability.
And can't forget the mental side.
Right, it can change your whole relationship with food.
But gotta pay attention to your mental well-being, too.
Absolutely, and it's amazing how those unexpected benefits pop up.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, mental clarity, better skin, headache relief, it's all connected.
Shows how powerful diet can be, affecting things we might not even expect.
Totally.
So thinking about you, our listener, if you were to try keto,
What are you most curious about?
what do you think would be your biggest challenge?
It's something to think about. And if you want to share, come find us on social media.
We'd love to hear from you.
What resonates with you? What concerns you? Let's keep the conversation going
That's what the deep dive is all about, exploring, learning, connecting.
through the power of knowledge.
So until next time, keep those minds curious and those questions coming.